What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another review video. Big shout out goes out to Caroma for reaching out to me for the third time to review one of their products. This is the P4 scooter. First, let's go over some of the specs of the scooter, and then we'll do a speed test and driving test, and we'll take it from there. Let's start. Alright, so what we got here is the Caroma P4 electric scooter with a seat. It features a 350 watt, 560 watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with a 36 volt, 5.2 amp hour battery. This should give you a range of about 15 to 20 miles, depending on how you ride, of course. 14-inch tires with this really cool 3-spoke rim design, which I really like. It has mechanical brakes, front and rear, with a 160mm rotor. It also features a front suspension fork and dual rear shocks, which is really nice. The seat is made out of really comfortable material. We have this BMX style handlebar which folds for easy transportation. We also have a headlight and a rear light with an active brake light. That's a really important feature to have. And the weight limit of the scooter is 300 pounds. Up on the handlebars we have a rear brake, a full twist throttle, battery display, and headlight on-off switch. And on the left side we have our front brake and a bell. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, the scooter typically goes for about $369, which is an insane deal for what you're getting, but I just checked and I think they're on sale right now on Amazon for like less than $300, like $229, something crazy like that. I'm not sure how long that's gonna last, but that's an insane price. Now let's get on this thing. I'll show you the starting procedure and one thing that I dislike about this scooter, and then we'll do a speed test. Alright, so starting procedure is pretty simple, but there is one thing that I dislike about this scooter, is that the key situation is way down here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. So you have to put the key in and twist it on, and the key is not removable once it's on. It has to be over here, which, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of. If you're riding and something hits it, it may break off or something. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of that design, but that's pretty much all you need, and the scooter is on. All right, let's see. So there's only one speed mode over here, and yeah, the takeoff on this thing is pretty cool. It's pretty fast for a sit-down scooter, and reaches the top speed pretty fast as well. Let's give that another go. Unfortunately, we don't have a speedometer over here to see how fast we're really going. So I'll grab my phone, compare it to GPS, and see how fast we're actually going. But the takeoff on this is pretty good. For a scooter with a seat, this is one of the faster ones I've had. Alright, so I got my phone GPS out. I hope you guys can see the screen well. Let's see how this thing does. Like, what is the actual speed of the scooter. Yeah, it picks up speed so fast. 18 is what it's showing on the screen. And I think that's where it taps out. It reaches 18, 19. It reaches that speed very fast. So I'm surprised. Are we going to be able to break 20? 20 at all? Okay, no 20. No 20, but 19 is one of the faster sit-down scooters that I've ever tested. So that's kind of cool. Also, the turning radius on this thing is pretty nice. Alright, now let's do something that this is not actually meant for, but I just want to test out the suspension. This is not an off-road scooter by any means, but I just wonder. We're over here at the VoltedAdventures testing ground. We have to give it a go, right? And so far, so good. These tires are super thin. Again, they're not meant for this. Now I'm asking the scooter to do way more than what it's designed to do. The seat is super comfortable, and the shocks in the back are actually putting in some work. Again, and I'll say it again and again, this is not meant for this. Definitely not meant for this. A little uphill, doing it. Oh yeah, it's tackling this this trail with ease. And this is not like a flat trail. It's very rough, ups and downs. So far, pretty good. Definitely impressed. Can hear that fork working. I just hope we don't get a flat over here, as these tires are small. But we are right at the end of the VoltedAdventures testing ground, and the scooter passed with flying colors. Holy cow. I'm super impressed by this little thing. Definitely held up well. Now typically I do this uphill as well. When I do, the GoPro will never show how steep this thing is. It's pretty steep. I don't think this will have enough juice to go up there, and again, it's not meant for it, so we're not gonna do the hill today. But I'm super impressed with how it handled this little off-road section. Maneuverability, super nice on this thing. You can like carve, and as I mentioned earlier, the turning radius is pretty nice. A little more off-roading over here does it pretty sweet. That's pretty nice. Alright, let me set up my camera so we can do a little brake test over here. Look at that bird. Look at that bird right here. That little bird is pissing off. Yeah, look at that. It's hitting the other. I don't know what that bigger bird is. Much bigger. Look at that. It's pissing it off. It's like, get off my tree. Oh, there it is. Got him. He won. Good job, little guy. Alright, so I got my camera set up. Let me go far enough where I can gain enough speed. But pretty good. I mean, with no hands, it's pretty stable, this thing. Pretty stable. Let's do a little brake test and see how this thing does. This should be enough to get it up to the 18 miles an hour. It reaches that speed pretty fast. And I don't know if you guys will see, but there's a purple marking on the floor, and when we hit that purple mark, whoa, wow, super impressive. This is like 8 feet, no more than 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet from that purple mark to here. That is pretty good. Let's try to run that again so we have conclusive evidence. That was pretty good. Now these are mechanical brakes and they are adjustable, but I did not adjust them. This is how they came out of the box. So let's do that one more time. Again, turning radius, pretty nice. And when we hit that purple patch or purple tag, whatever, on the floor, we'll brake. Same exact thing. Wow. That's pretty impressive. And this thing's got some power. See that? Yeah, this little motor is spicy. Definitely got some power. If you know what you're doing, you might be able to kind of, stunt on this thing. Again, not meant for that, but pretty nice overall. This motor's pretty spicy. And if you guys kind of follow my reviews, a lot of times you'd hear me talk about how I feel like the motor is restricted is the word I use. This does not feel restricted. Even though it doesn't have the largest wattage in the world, they definitely maximized it on this little thing over here. And yeah, let's see. Overall thoughts for the price. This is insane. This is one of the things that I look at when I, suggest a product or not, is value for money. And the value for money here is absolutely ridiculous. Front suspension, dual rear shocks, pretty large board to put your feet on, full throttle, twist throttle, which I like. I prefer that more than a thumb throttle. We don't have a display, but it is what it is. And overall, this thing is really impressive. It passed all the tests that I threw at it over here at the VoltedAdventures testing ground. Again, we didn't do that uphill because it's not meant for that. It's not going to be able to go up that hill. It's pretty steep, so we're not even going to bother. But for everyday use, going shopping or whatever, some people have this as a need for them, and it's perfect. And it actually has a certain vibe to it that's unexplainable. When you have a scooter with a seat, it's just I don't know, it feels like surfy. I don't know how to explain it. It definitely has its own unique vibe. You get a headlight, tail light with an active brake light, 1 speed only, but that's all you really need. And overall, I'm really impressed with this. The seat is comfortable. This thing is built very solid. You cannot adjust the seat, the height. It is what it is, but it's perfect for me. I'm about 5'8", and I weigh around 160, 165. So if you're a little thinner, you might be able to hit that 20 miles an hour. We were able to hit 19 miles an hour, which is kind of cool. It feels really fast on this thing. Overall, super awesome scooter with a seat. If you guys are interested in this thing, I'll definitely have a link in the description. You can check it out. Help support the channel if you make a purchase. But that's pretty much it for me in this review, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you stuck to the end, I appreciate you. I salute you. If you want to see more of these reviews, definitely hit that subscribe button. But that'll be it for me and this review. This was the Caroma P4. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.